All right, guys, here we go. All right, let's share the screen and find, my gosh. Nope, that's not it. There we go. All right, guys, so welcome to the call. Thank you for getting on. We have a special guest speaking tonight. We have Erin Traill. I'm just gonna go ahead and introduce her real quick just because I'm gonna go through a little announcements and I put it in the wrong place as I always do. So Erin is going to be talking. She's going on no sleep if you didn't hear me say that already. She is a nurse and she has been working all night and then up all day with her kids. So if anyone wants to use the excuse of I'm tired and I have my kids, that's not an excuse because Erin said so. Because she still makes it happen every single day. So Erin is a diamond coach. She is an SC5 legend. She is a mom of two beautiful little girls. And again, she is a wife and she is a nurse. And she's going to be talking about us on how she actually goes streaking. No, I'm just kidding. She's going to be talking about using Google Streak. I didn't see her face, so I don't know what she just did there. But she's going to be talking about Google Streak. If you guys are not familiar with Google Streak, it is a site that you can use from Google that helps you track your business. And she actually taught me how to use it a couple weeks ago. And I'm so thankful that she did because it's seriously like the easiest thing to use after you get a hang of it. And it just helps you stay organized. So for me, like, I feel like I'm organized and then I feel like I'm not organized because I use my binder. Then I use, here, I'll show you this. You're gonna laugh at this. I'm actually not that organized. Are you ready for this? I also use binders. This is also my business on top of my binder. It's pretty pathetic. I'm really not organized. And then I use my phone, and now I have Google Streak. But I'm putting everything into Google Streak. So I'm pretty excited about it. Erin, since she had to teach me, is going to teach you guys how to use it too, how to get it set up so you guys can get comfortable and familiar with it so you can use it too for your business, hopefully. So before she does that, I'm just going to go over our shout outs because we do have a lot of top producers, some new rank advancements. So top producers, we're going to start off with Lauren Penrose. She is at the very top at 705 PV. Lindsay Callis at 510. Cheryl Isola at 510. Jade Emhoff at 458. Whitney Lloyd at 450. Vanessa McLaughlin at 450. Maya Miller at 420. Alicia Smith at 405. Ashley Kane at 390. Misty Valentine at 390, Tiffany Zollinger, which are both on. Congratulations, guys, at 390. Melanie Rexroth at 353. Erica Sisson at 330. Marie Fry at 330. Rebecca Bennett at 330. Mary Carolyn Combs at 315. Michelle Krill at 315. Ashley Frieda at 315. Kayla Mays at 315 and Rachel Hawk at 314. And then our new emeralds are Jackie Mullen, Kaylin Farneth, and Lauren Basti. I'm hoping I say that right. Basti? I don't know, but congratulations. And then we have Success Club 10 and 5. Now this is from May because it is the new month. Not a lot of people are even on the boards right now. I don't think there might be like one or two, but I do want to shout you guys out because you finished the month strong. And I know a lot of people pushed really, really hard to get these numbers. So I just want to shout you guys out. Allison Sinisi at 18. That actually should be 24 because she is using her boyfriend's and mom's business center that rank advanced her to diamond. That is how she did it. There is no shame in her game. She actually still has 7 working coaches on top of all of those coaches that she has signed up in the last 19 days. So I want to give her a big congratulations on that. Reagan Long at 17, Mary Carolyn Combs at 16, Megan Blanca at 14, Kaylee Hirth at 14, Melissa Chavez at 14, Tiffany Zollinger at 12, Sandra Carriga at 12, Alicia Smith at 11, Alicia Black at 11, Holly Whitworth at 10, Whitney Lloyd at 10, Stephanie Plumley at 10, and then Success Club 5, we have Kayla Mays at 9, Caitlin Hawley at 8, Ashley Roberts at 8, Jessica Brennan at 8, Erin Traill at 8, Amy Latimer at 8, Maya Miller at 8, I think I need glasses, Erica Sisson at 8, Joy Smith at 8, Brianne Schaefer at 8, Marie Fry at 8, Stacia Hubbs at 7, Diane Krause at 7, Michelle Krill at 7, Michael Gowan at 7, Briar Willis at 7, Lauren Penrose at 6, Rochelle Podolka at 6, Michaela Mueller at 6, Rayanne Reed at 6, Kathy Williams at 6. Rayanne and Kathy, it is both of their first times hitting Success Club, so congratulations to them. Jennifer Yutz at 6, Vanessa McLaughlin at 6, Stephanie Loudermilch, maybe, at 6. Congratulations. Ashley Frieda at 6, Jamie Whitman at 6, Annie Vanerath at 6, Sarah Griffith at 6, Lindsay Callis at 6, Elise Mutzbot at 6, Michelle Murdoch at 6, Jade Emhoff at 6, Karen Phillips at 6, Erin Live at 6, Misty Valentine at 6, Sophia Davis at 6, Lauren DePalma at 6, Angie O'Connor at 6, Soraya Waldron at 5, Danielle McConnell at 5, Cheyenne Barton at 5, Beth Bird at 5, Cheryl Isola at 5, Stephanie Quigley at 5, Kim Minto at 5, and Kaylin Farneth at 5. Holy crap. That is a lot of you guys at his Success Club. Congrats. All right. Next, we have our May promotions. If you guys haven't seen them yet, Size Challenge Pack and Insanity Max 30 on sale for $140. And the Kickstart size and Insanity Max is $180. And then May 11th, the Orange Recover launches. This is so exciting. We get to try a new flavor. And then May 16th through June 9th, the Refresh will be on sale. So make sure you keep that in mind when you have your challenge groups and you are promoting. All right. Now, hold on a second because I did write down some other things here. All right. May Success Club earners. I don't know if you guys seen this in the back office, but there are a ton of promotions that Beachbody is doing for everyone, which is really awesome. So, and a lot of this is for Summit, so just bear with me if you guys are not going. If you are, please pay attention because you do want to make sure you get Success Club for these reasons. Some of the reasons. Success Club party at Summit, SC10 in May and June. You will get to attend the 80s party. That has to be Success Club 10 in May and in June, okay? Leadership Ladder Reception Party, which will be following that. For team leaders, organizational, and executive, you have to be a paid 2-star for at least 1 week along with that to earn your spot at the reception party. And then SC5 earners get an invitation to a webcast with Brian Tracy, who is an awesome motivational speaker. And that is for anybody, not Summit. This is for anyone who hit Success Club 5. You get that webcast with Brian Tracy. And then back to Summit, because I didn't put it in order. The top 350 earners with Success Club that are Diamond and above, and then the top 350 SC earners that are Ruby and below will get admission to a workout with Shanti at Summit. I know it's only 350 out of the 25,000 people that are going to be at Summit. But guys, if you work as hard as you can, you could be one of those people. Everyone is thinking the same thing. Oh my gosh, there's 25,000 people that are going. Let me tell you that a lot of those 25,000 people don't even work the business. So make sure that you work as hard as you can. Get that ticket, that spot, so you can go work out with Shanti and show off your bad self on Facebook so people can see what you're doing. All right. And then April and May Success Club earners of 10 or more with 10 or more Success Club points, Beachbody will match your Success Club points. They will double it, and they will move you in line to register for the Success Club trip for 2018. That is awesome. There are so many people who would get on board with Success Club trip that don't even hit Success Club, and then the people who are actually hitting don't get on. This is your opportunity. Double your points, get your spot earlier so you can get registered. All right? All right. Cool. And if you guys haven't seen this a million times, I'm going to keep showing you until Summit comes. So if you have not registered, please register. The meet and greet with the Dream Team is going to be on Thursday. She actually did. Erin, I'm going to unmute you. Did you pay attention to Melanie's thing on the Dream Team for Summit?
What are you talking about?
Okay, never mind. Kaylee, I know you did. Where's Kaylee? Do you know what I'm talking about, Kaylee?
What are you,
For the,
what exactly are you talking about?
the meet and greet. Okay, so you have to have a ticket for it.
You have to have a ticket. She's posting,
It's the Tequila Cowboys.
yes, Tequila Town. Yeah.
And she will be posting how we get our ticket.
Yes.
All right, that's all I wanted to say. I needed to
Yep.
update it a little bit because I didn't.
I think she's posting it next week, maybe.
Okay, cool. So hopefully I'll have more information on there for next week. Cool. And then June 24th is your last time to hold your rank for 6 weeks so you can be on stage at Summit as your official rank. And last but not least, Diamond Retreat. I'm so excited. All right, September 14th through the 18th. Team leaders only. My personally sponsored, you must be a team leader. If my personally sponsored coaches are inviting their coaches, some of them are not because they might be doing their own, and that is completely okay. Either way, you're going to have fun. But if they are inviting their team, it's most likely going to be team builders and diamond coaches. All right. So either way, guys, go diamond so you can enjoy this fun trip in Destin, Florida, and look at that pretty view with us all together while we're sipping on margaritas or whatever we're going to be sipping on and having some fun, having photo shoots, having trainings with Melanie and her team, and Val Bozzo and her team, Shannon Hargrave and her team, Katie Ursa and her team, Alyssa Showmaker and her team. I think that's all that will be there. Jamie Messina said that she will be house hopping, so she will be at our house a little bit too, I think. So it will be a great time. So make sure that you guys get your diamond and hold it, and also make sure that you are hitting Success Club every month from here on out. Because if you are not hitting Success Club here on out, you are not going on that retreat. Yeah, you heard me. Otherwise, you will be getting a lovely invitation in the mail soon. All right, I think I'm done blabbing because I just talked for like a really long time, didn't I? Okay. Erin, does anyone have any questions? Sorry.
I thought the trip was the 15th through the 19th.
It might be. I might have said that wrong.
Well, I'm a planner. I need to know.
You know what? Because I'll be there on the 14th. That's why I did that. Sorry. It is the 15th. Sorry, guys.
Through the 19th or through the 18th?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Crap. Let me figure it out.
Are you planning it?
I already booked it. I'll have to ask them what I put. No. I have my receipt somewhere. I'll have to look at it.
Somewhere 9 million binders.
That post baby brain, it never goes away. Even if your kids are 3 and 5 years old, it never goes away.
I feel like you did do the 14th.
What's Wednesday? Whatever that Wednesday is. Or no, it's Thursday.
Thursday's the 15th, and then the 19th is Monday.
It's through the 18th. I'm staying until the 19th.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that okay? Sorry, Erin.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. I love that you help me through everything because I can't think on my own.
I think I've been awake for 40 hours.
I know. Every time we talk, you're like, who was the one who didn't get any sleep? All right. Ashley, are you showing me something?
Yeah, I have the 14th through the 18th on my planner.
Thank you. It's the 14th through the 18th.
Okay.
All right, cool. Does anyone have any questions? No? All right, cool. Erin, whenever you're ready, I'm going to let you go ahead and take it away.
Sorry, we had a fake wiggly tooth incident.
Is they not sleeping?
No, they're not sleeping. They don't go to bed this early. I blamed it on you.
Don't blame me.
I said, I have to talk on a call. It's Deidra's fault. Okay. So I am super excited to talk to you guys about streaking. I do go streaking every night, sometimes during the day too. And what I love about it is, like Deidra said, I am a pen and paper girl just like her. I had binders and all these big organizational systems. and no one could come into my office because you might disturb a pile. And I was in a leadership group, and this was one of the topics, and I thought, oh, I don't really want to change what I'm doing. It's working for me, but I'll do the training anyways. And I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. And I love it. I feel like it's saving me so much time. My office is neater, and I feel like I am way more organized. So I just want to share the love with you. So I feel like the easiest way for you to get the most out of this is to not try and do it while I'm showing you, walking you through it, but by taking notes. So I'm going to screen share with you how to set up a brand new pipeline. So let me get on here and screen share. Okay. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay. So the first thing you have to, hold on, it's not letting me, there we go. The first thing that you need to do is you need to upgrade your browser to a Google Chrome. And you also will need a Gmail address. I had no idea how awesome Gmail was until I found Google Docs, Google Streak, Google Slides. I always thought that you had to have like Microsoft Office for all this cool stuff, but all you really need is to upload your browser to Google Chrome. So once you do that, you can create these pipelines. So I go in and I'm going to add a new pipeline just the same way that you guys would if you were going to be restarting this. So I do a sales and CRM one. You'll see already that it does already have some things added in here, but I'm going to change all of these. You can create pipelines for anything. Right now I have pipelines for challengers, and I'm going to also create a pipeline for potential coaches. So I'm just going to show you how to do that, because once you set up one pipeline, you can pretty much use the same system and set up an entirely new one. So I'm going to do challenge groups, new challengers, anything like that is fine. So this is how you'll pipeline them through. So they'll move through each step color by color. So for me, this is just what makes sense. Obviously, if you have different steps in your process, don't feel like you have to do what I'm doing. So my first step is the new contacts. So these are people that I either meet through my daughter's, dance class, through school, through Facebook contacts, whatever they are, whoever my new contacts are for the day, that's who I'm going to add in there. I also have a space for free groups. So contacts that I meet through free groups or my Fit Club, which I consider a free group. Anyone who fills out a Woohoo application would go here. Anyone who I am in form with, who I'm just talking to, not about Beachbody. Currently interested. So these are people that maybe I got to the form state and we're talking about it and they're kind of interested, or maybe they reached out to me. And then this is where I get most of my traffic from my past interest, because let's face it, the key is in the follow-up. Links sent. You can create as many stages as you want, and you can always go back and reorder them, and I can show you how to do that. Ordered, add to group. And then I keep track of my long-term challengers. This way, it's just a great way for me to remember to add them to the coaching opportunity. To simply move these around, all you would do is do this. So if at any time you decided that you didn't like your order of your pipeline, you could just move them all around. Once you add somebody to a pipeline, I'll also show you how to move them from stage to stage. They have preloaded, I don't know what you want to call these columns here, but I'm going to actually delete all of these and just start fresh. So whenever you're doing this, you need to be intentional about the next column that you want to create. So when you're adding a column, there's different ways that you can do it. Free form, free text. Date will generate a calendar where you can put the date in. Checkbox, obviously. Drop downs and tags I really like, and I'll show you how to do those as well. So the first thing that I do, I leave the name, and then I will put in a date box for our date of initial contact. My next box, I do another date for our last contact. So the last, or let's do last follow-up. So what was the last time that I followed up with this person? My next group that I do is actually a tag box. And I'll show you how to set up the tags once we set up all of our columns. So this one I do what they're interested in. You can also do it this way, insert column. The next one that I had was source. I love, I'm a numbers person. I love knowing where my traffic is coming from. So for my source, I also do a tag box. So I want to know, did I get this person from Woohoo, from Facebook, from, whatever the source may be. Another tag box for Shakeology. I also like to know about their membership. Since I really like using Beachbody On Demand, I want to know who's using Beachbody On Demand, who has the club membership. That way I can warn them when their first time their membership fees coming out. Invite to coaching, I use a drop down. I'll then create a free form for notes. Another free, so in the notes column, that's where I would put things like if they were a mom, maybe we met in a mom group, do they have girls, what are they interested in? That way it's kind of like a memory jogger for me, their goals. And that was a free form, sorry. Another free form I'll do is Facebook. I'll show you how to do this. You can direct link their Facebook. You will put their Facebook, I don't know, is it called web address? I think so. But we'll put that right in there. So then whenever I check in the morning, I can see all the people that I'm forming with, and instead of searching through them through Facebook and maybe getting lost in some kind of Facebook search or I can get lost in Facebook. So instead of doing that, it'll allow me to go right to their profile, check in, add value, and go. I'll also add a free form for their email address. So this will be for people that I don't contact through Facebook just quite yet, maybe my Woohoo applications or something like that, that we're just basically talking on email. And then I will have a drop-down box for coaching. So this is, I just want to make note if they're a discount coach or whatever the case may be. So now we have all our columns and our pipelines ready to go. So we'll start here with a new contact. So to add a new person, you'll go up here and new box. We're going to say that Deidra is my new contact. My initial date of contact, you'll just double click on this and you can just pick the calendar date. So the initial day that you became friends with her or whatever the case may be. Our last follow-up date, today, interested in. So remember I told you we can put the tags in. So this way, every time you're not typing in 21-day fix or Shakeology or challenge group, this will just create the tag for you. So there's a little work on the front end, add options. 22 hardcore, add option. 21 day fix, add option. You get the gist. I do challenge group, Shako only. I basically added all the programs to this. Free group, anything that you think that they would be interested in. You just want to make sure that you spell it right. So then that way, Deidra, what was she interested in? You just would double click in there. Oh, she's interested in a challenge group. Okay, done. Next is your source. Oops. Double click. Again, we'll just manage tag options. So what are all your social media revenues? How could they have met you? And again, you'll just continue to add options. And save. And then that way, source, double click, put met through Facebook. Shakeology. I like to know, some people care, some people don't. I like to know what flavor Shakeology they're drinking so I can help them with recipes, because my real goal in my business, well, not my only goal, but one of my goals is Shakeology retention. I'm proud of my Shakeology retention rate, and so this is one way that I help keep track of what they're drinking. Again, manage options, and you can add in all the different flavors. Membership, kind of the same thing. Manage options. Are they club or are they basic? Invite to coaching. This is a very simple yes and no. I didn't get to the note, but that's good. In the notes, I'll add here that she is a mom of 2 boys. She is busy, retired nurse. Goals. So whenever somebody writes to me in the RUFU application, I don't need to go back and to refer to it, or I don't need to go back and retrace through our conversation being like, oh, was she the one who's the mom of 2 boys, or is she the one that has the dog? Like, I don't need to think about who she is. It's all right there for me. Facebook. So my computer's really slow. But let me see if I can just look. I'll just go right here. You just write. I'll find Deidra Penrose. It'll bring her up. I will right click and copy her link. I'll go back to my Google Chrome and I will right click, maybe hopefully, there we go, and paste it in. So then whenever I'm coming to follow up on her, I don't need to continue to do that Facebook search, get lost in, get lost in squirrel land. I can just go and click and it'll take me right to her profile page. Same thing with her email. I could just put her email address here. Coaching. My options for this are yes, no, maybe, not right now. So this is pretty much what my pipelines look like. So you might be thinking, though this doesn't really seem, very organized. I have to scroll all the way over and it's just kind of messy. But the beauty is in this little tag right here. If I double click on this, this shows me everything. Okay, Deidra, she's in my new contacts. This is the day we initially met. Follow up, she wants a challenge group. Okay, look, everything's right here. I can add notes in here, like meeting. We can just go on and on with adding notes. I can move her from stage to stage. Okay, so now she's in my new contacts, but now I'm starting to form a relationship with her. So I'm gonna move her to the form stage. Over here on the side, you'll see our history together and what day I moved her from this stage to this stage. So my goal is to not keep somebody in the same stage for a super long period of time. With I only use the free option of Google Streak, but you can set tasks and reminders. You can only have 5 tasks and reminders with the free Google Streak. So I can just, maybe Deidra is telling me that she gets paid on Friday. So I'm just going to remember to follow up with Deidra about ordering that link on Friday. I don't even know what Friday's date is, so I should know it's tomorrow. And then I will just add that as a follow-up. And then it'll send you an email task reminder to follow up with Deidra on 5/6 about the challenge group sale. So again, the other really cool thing, like I said, is that you can then create more pipelines. So this was just a pipeline on how to get somebody from new contact all the way through the stages of ordering and them being a customer of yours. We can also do this for coaching. So I'm starting to think about how I want to set my coaching pipeline. So I think I'm going to do like my dream list. Who do I look at on my Facebook and say they would be amazing coaches? Who are my loyal Shakeology users? Who are my Rockstar challengers? Who is really sticking out in my challenge group? Who's come to me with interest? Who am I going to move into my live sneak peek? These are all pipelines that we can get them started in. And as my team grows, I think it will be exciting to do pipelines with your coaches as they go through trainings. You know, this way you can watch them go through the pipelines of going from Coach Basics to a push to Emerald, to a push to Diamond, to a new leadership. You can keep their goals in here. What, you know, life gets busy. When was the last time I followed up with that coach? What were their goals? And everything is just easy. It's right here for you. So I know that was really short and sweet, but I don't know. Do you guys have any questions?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Erin, so my Facebook messaging is filled with probably hundreds of messages that I've just never deleted. Yeah. Once you've added a person onto your pipeline, do you then delete the message from Facebook?
No, because I'll still communicate with them the same way that I was communicating with them. And then I got overwhelmed when I was first thinking about setting up these pipelines, like, oh my gosh, am I going to have to go through my binder and every one that I like went and go for node, do I have to go in and add into the pipeline? How I've easily come up with a solution to that is I've been, so I'm still working a little bit with paper, but as I'm following up with them, then I'm adding them in the pipeline. So I'm slowly adding and kind of merging my organizational topics, but I'm still communicating with them through Facebook Messenger or through text message or however we were talking before. I know a lot of coaches have gotten away from doing that and gone more to just going through email, but Facebook Messenger has worked well for me, so my plan right now is to continue.
If it's somebody who, like, say you've talked to them, like you've caught up, like, hey, how are you? And then you invite them to the opportunity or a challenge group and they just kind of ignore you, do you then just delete the message? I guess I'm just trying to free up my Facebook. I've got so many, it just seems like messages everywhere. But
if you look at my inbox right now, there's 2,714 emails. I don't worry about cleaning up that kind of stuff. I just figure if it's not happening right now, it'll just fall to the bottom. I don't want to delete it in case it's somebody that I didn't add to my pipeline. I will sometimes need a memory jogger about what we talked about before. So I never really get too concerned about cleaning up my Facebook Messenger because there's no limit that Facebook sets on how many messages you can have or how much data can be in there. So for me, it's not something I worry about. So sorry, I can't answer that for you.
Nope, that's okay.
You're on mute, Deidra.
I have a question.
Lori, go ahead.
Hey, Erin, there was a pop-up that came up on your screen when you were doing the task, and it said you were limited to so many tasks and you had to upgrade to like a premium version.
That's correct. You can have 5 tasks pending at a time.
Okay.
But once the task goes away, then you have a new task.
Okay. So only 5 at a time, but you can still have more with that. Now, do you know what the difference is with the memberships? Like, what does a premium give you the other doesn't, the free version?
I don't. I've really only been streaking for 2 months.
Okay.
So I'm new to streaking.
Okay.
So I don't. I get honestly so excited when I have somebody like interested in getting ready to order that like I don't even really need to set a task. So like I know who's ordering this day, who's ordering that day.
Okay. All right. I
Most
guess
of-
I can Google what the difference is between the two.
Yeah, I've honestly never looked. I'm all about like free memberships and how I can get around paying for things.
Yeah. Okay. And you have a lot of information already entered and nothing's happened yet.
Nope, nothing's happened. I love it. Saves instantly. Like even as you're going, even if you're in just one new box, I'm laughing so hard. But it saves as you're going from box to box. Like
Yeah.
I don't ever even have to save or do anything.
Okay. I'm the opposite of you. I'm leery about free stuff because I work for a computer company. And the rule of thumb is like anything that you get for free sometimes isn't always the best. So
Google.
there's something that you lose. Yeah. Google's pretty good.
Google, it's Gmail. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, Gmail accounts don't get hacked like Yahoo accounts do as much, Deidra.
Hey, Erin.
Our Yahoo accounts always getting hacked.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I don't know who said here.
It's Kaylee.
Hey, Kaylee.
Hey. Okay, so apparently there's a way to download your entire list of your friends on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I
Okay,
did.
I just tried to do it. You go into settings on Facebook, like the little thing in the right-hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
and then like actually click into it, and then it'll bring you to your general account settings. And then where it says below, it's like download a copy or whatever, I guess you click that, and then it'll download everybody on your Facebook and give you a list with like phone numbers and everything like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm friends with so many coaches.
Yeah. So that way, I mean, like then you have a list instead of going through your entire friends list of like scrolling and stuff. It just gives you an entire list, I guess.
That's kind of what I've been doing with like, because like I said, I was so nervous about how much backtracking I would have to do switching from paper to computer. So that's just what I've been doing as far as like when I'm adding new contacts.
Yeah.
Instead of just worrying about who was in the past, as I'm adding them day by day, I'm putting them in here. And then as I, like I said, merge the two together, my paper and computer.
Yeah. Because that was my trouble. I was like, I have so many names everywhere.
Yeah. So I think just not getting overwhelmed with thinking of it as a big task and just saying, okay, I'm going to start fresh today.
Yeah.
And even in just the 2 months that I've been loyal to streaking, it's been working out a lot better for me, I feel like.
I have a question.
Yes.
And for Erin or Kaylee, did you ever try to download the friends list?
You cut out. I just heard download. Did I ever try to download?
Sorry, has anyone actually downloaded their whole friends list? Because I tried it and it didn't work.
I think Kaylee, did you just do it? Or did you download it or print it?
Hold on. Oh. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. No, I didn't download it yet. Actually, Lindsay Callis told me about it, and she said it took her a few hours to actually download everybody. So it's something that's like kind of time consuming, but I have not done it yet.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know if it's worth a couple hours because you really have to think about who's on your friends list and how many of them are coaches, and then thinking about like, are they coaches? Are they this? Are they that?
Mm-hmm.
I've found a lot of success. I mean, if you're looking to really narrow down your Facebook feed, unfollowing coaches and making sure that I'm really following my my 10 in play, the people that I'm forming, making sure they're showing up. You can follow them, and then also make sure that they show up at the top of your news feed. Kind of taking stalking to a whole new level, but does anyone feel like this would be something that they'll use?
I use Streak and I love it.
Yeah? How long have you been streaking?
Probably 2 or 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't know about all those columns. Like I just have a notes column. But what I found to get around the you only have 5 tasks is like in another window, because I'll have my Facebook window and the Google Streak, and then I'll bring up my Google Calendar and I'll just add in my own follow-ups.
Right. That's a great.
So
I feel like it's awesome because if you're ever feeling like, oh, I don't know who to talk to, this is really just a great time where you can go into that past interest column and say like, oh, when was the last time I talked to this person or that person? And then you have that date there. So you're not feeling like super stalking or anything like that. Like you know, okay, last time it was Easter time or whatever, and let me see what's going on in their life now and add value to their Facebook. And I like the date aspect of it. I lose track of time working nights.
Anybody else? One thing that I do want to say, and I just think this is such a great idea to use to track your business, and I know not everyone is a computer person, but if you are going by just Facebook to track your potentials, your customers, your challengers, your coaches, whoever you're talking to, please find something else, because it is so easy to get lost in Facebook. There's going to be so many times where you're meaning to follow up with someone, you forget who it's going to be, and then you never end up following up with them. And I've even had it to where, I was just using Facebook to communicate with people, and I ended up losing that person as a customer, and they went to someone else because I lost it and I never went back to them. So please find a different way other than Facebook to track everything. But Erin, I think this was great. I loved it.
Good. I'm glad.
Anybody else going to start using it?
I challenge you, like this call we're like breaking records. There's like 15 minutes left in the evening where you would spend on this call. And I totally think that you could set up your pipeline in 15 minutes. Call to action. Do it.
I like it. All right. Anybody else? Other than that, let's go streaking. Yeah. If people just heard this conversation, Erin, you were like, so how long have you been streaking? About a month now.
I wanted so badly to, like, I love the movie Old School, and I wanted so badly to use the picture of Will Ferrell and his naked.
Oh my gosh,
like, everyone's streaking, everyone's doing it. But I didn't know if anyone would get it.
I would have gotten it and I would have loved it. That's funny. Cool.
But Deidra, have you used it besides, I know I helped you set it up for your challengers. Have you thought about using it for your coach prospects? And I've even heard of some coaches using it for their challengers. For me, that's a bit much, but just they've moved their challengers through a pipeline. Like, did they take their before and afters and this, that, and the other? Like,
I already set up a new pipeline. I have one for my coaches and one for my challengers. I do not do, or one for my potential challengers, but I do not do them for just challengers. But potential coaches and potential challengers, I do. And I think it is working really well.
I like the idea too of doing it for coach training.
Okay.
So you can, I forget who where I saw it at, but they were pipelining their coaches from, like I said, Coach Basics that pushed to Emerald to Diamond Group to this to that, and could keep track of their goals. And the nice thing is you can move a person from pipeline to pipeline. So you can move someone from the challenger pipeline, and you can move them to the coaching prospect pipeline, and then you can move them to the coaching training pipeline.
I really like the idea of using it for your coaches. Because one of the things, like, as a leader, we need to know where our coaches are in their business. Like, if they've gone through a Coach Basics and it's like months that they've been a coach, like, okay, we need to reevaluate as a leader where our coaches are so we can help them, be successful in their business. And if it's been months since they've done a Coach Basics, we need to get them into a different training. So I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, and then I thought, like, on the notes, you can kind of like note where they're at in your business center. You can put so much in there instead of like looking in the backline office and being like, okay, like, let me remind myself what their business looks like again, or this, that, and the other, what their goals are. I feel like it could be a huge time saver for somebody who has a lot of working coaches. Just a thought.
Erin, once the pipeline's created, is it hard to go back and edit like something within the pipeline? Are you kind of stuck to that pipeline once it's created?
Nope. You can edit it just the same way that I just added them right now.
Okay.
The only thing that I did notice is that when you move someone from one pipeline to the next, so if I was moving somebody from a challenger prospect pipeline to a coach prospect pipeline, you want to keep the columns similar.
Okay.
Because it transfers that person pretty much as is, and so you don't want things to get kind of lost in transition.
Okay. Thank you.
Because when I first set up my pipeline, I thought that I would want it a certain way, and then as I've been doing it, I changed some of the columns, and I moved some of the pipeline arrangements around. So I've had lots of experience trial and erroring what worked well for me. It was very easy.
Anybody else? Got lots of good questions tonight. Everyone was like asking questions so they didn't have to like set it up tonight in their last 15 minutes. I'm just kidding.
No excuses. I'm going streaking after this.
I like it.
I think that everyone needs to go streaking.
I'm not going to tonight, but I might tomorrow night. I don't have my kids. Oh, wait, no, I do have my kids. I can't go streaking. No.
Then you need to go streaking tonight. No excuses.
I can't. My kids are coming over like any minute.
My husband just walked in. He goes, "It sounds like a very productive call."
It is, Mitch.
He's just jealous.
Cool. All right, guys. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Thanks for jumping on. And
Thank
if you have questions, if you guys have questions, just post below where I did her Zoom link in the team page. And then that way we can have like a little thing going on if we need to. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for getting on.
Bye.